Blessings to all the queens, my grandmamas, your mamas, and daughters. For the men out there that respect their women. Blessings to Mama Tonashi. Yeah, what? Yeah.
Got a lot of things I need to grow from. I need to grow from. Got a lot of things I need to grow from. I need to grow from. Got a lot of things I need to grow from. We got a lot of things we need to grow from. So you wake up, think about all the days you ain't say nothing. You say, damn, realizing you still be on the pay stubs. They call you hang up, no conversation, it work. The heaviness, super facey, your makeup got you looking caked up. Hidden in the crevices of all the penis, like you've been trying to find a way to cover up and act the super safe.
All right, you're listening to KSQD Santa Cruz, KSQT Prundale. You're on From the Streets with your host, Omar Dieguez. Today we have a special show for everybody. We have Resistance Entertainment presents a event that's going to be happening on January 24th. But like I always like to start my show before, I always like to give thanks to the Creator. Creator, we give you thanks for the warriors in the studio today. Dub Souljah, the Baytals, Miguel Kultura, Shinelight, and all the artists here using their gifts to inspire and empower our youth through cultura and positive leadership, guiding them on the red road. We honor our ancestors and elders who fought so we can continue the struggles and keep our indigenous ways alive. We give thanks to all who planted seeds in our young people and our farm workers who provide food for our families and communities. We honor our four sacred directions and elements, and we thank Mother Earth for her beauty and abundance. To all my relations, one people, one love. Aho. So today we have a show that's going to be happening January 24th. Resistance Entertainment presents a community event, a charity event, multiple music genres, rock, reggae, rock, hip-hop, spoken word, danzantes, drumming, diverse culture, and indigenous sovereignty. An event aimed to create a healing container. Doors open at 12. Commencement ceremony at 12:30 with a local danzante group to clear the space and set the intention. The nonprofit Indigenous Justice will be there amongst other local nonprofits and grassroots organizations. You don't want to miss this amazing vendors that will be present. People can find more information and tickets on Eventbrite. Use promo code From the Streets to get a $5 discount for a limited time. You can also find more information on Instagram at resistance.entertainment. A percentage of the proceeds will be going to the Center for Farm Worker Families. This is an all-ages, family-friendly event. No alcohol will be served and smoking is prohibited on the premises. Wow, we made it. We're here today. How's everybody doing? Can you please tell me your name and who you represent?
I go by Dub Souljah. My name is Daniel. I am a reggae rock singer, songwriter from right here in the 831. And I'm just blessed to be right here on KSQD with my brethren. And yeah, it's going to be a great event. I can't wait to do this and to spread the vibes and the message with all these great musicians and artists.
Right on. Thank you, Dub.
I am Safaa Modir from the Baytals. Happy to be here with my brothers here and you guys. Thank you for the opening words, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
I'm excited to have you guys here. We're going to jump into one of your songs. From my understanding, you guys both collaborated on this song, and let's listen to a little bit of the song.
Ceasefire for the sake of the youth.
guys heard it, Ceasefire from Dub Souljah and Safaa. That reggae has always been considered a protest music. Tell me a little bit about that song. It's such a powerful message, sending a message to the youth to ceasefire. And tell me a little bit about what that song means to you guys.
So we saw what happened in 2023, in October 2023. And we kind of just felt like it was extremely important for us to spread a message of hope and peace in a time where a lot of people didn't see hope or peace in a foreseeable future. So Safaa came to me and was like, hey, I got this idea and I want to write a song. And he came to the studio one day and we kind of worked it out. What do you got to say?
This was a first song I ever tried my hand at writing. I've only written 3 songs for the Baytals, and my brother Dan here, Dub Souljah, encouraged me, said, yeah, man, express yourself, put a song out there. And like he said, Palestine was really the inspiration behind the song. And at first it was like ceasefire, and we're still saying ceasefire, but at the same time, people have a right to self-defense.
Well, it's such a powerful song, and you know, the message behind it, very powerful. You know, what kind of life experiences shaped your sound, the music that you guys sing?
Well, particularly for me, my this is Dub Souljah, by the way, but so yeah, my great grandfather was a bracero, coming here to the United States to work the farm fields in the 20s and the 30s. And my grandfather was born in Lodi by way of my great-grandfather being here in the fields. And since my grandfather couldn't really speak very good English, he was also a campesino working in the fields. And he recalls of times of him and my grandmother marching with Cesar Chavez and, being by his side, in Delano marching. My mom recalls of times when La Migra would show up to the fields. This is in the 1970s. So we're still seeing the same kind of issues with our community and with our Latino community. And I just feel really strongly about that. Also, my father being born in Mexico and being only naturalized for 5 years. The climate here in the United States is pretty scary, especially for my father. So I kind of feel like it's a duty of mine to speak for my people, for the legacy of my grandparents and Chavez, and for my father.
Wow, powerful, living that experience of your ancestors, living that experience of your elders, and putting that into music and putting a strong message behind it is powerful, and it's also empowering to our youth, which need to hear that message. How does life in the Central Coast influence your sound and your message living here in this area? And then after, if you can answer the same question.
So, living in the Central Coast, you just have to take a short drive down one of the back roads to see the campesinos working and to see their contributions to society and their positive impact in the world. And I think witnessing that, living in, the heart of agriculture for the United States, for California, it helps me see the different ways that everything works. And it definitely helps fuel my writings when I get to see my people working and I get to actually be really in the community working. And actually, in fact, every Monday I'm out with Food Not Bombs from Hollister, and we're serving food to the community at a food share. If you guys get a chance, and if you know anybody who needs to eat, Mondays 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, Monterey Street and 4th Street on the corner there is when they're serving food. So I do that, and that definitely fuels what I write and my feelings for my music.
And that's amazing to hear that you do. Not only are you a music producer and an artist, but you're also doing the work in the community, and that's very
Yes.
important for our youth to see that it's not only music that's going on, but it's also the community work that's going on.
Yeah.
Safaa, your music feels uplifting and family friendly. How intentional
thank
is
you.
it that's important to your music?
Man, that's very important because what inspires me so much about reggae is a little kid can enjoy it all the way to the old people, the elders. So the intention is always to be able to reach more of a universal audience, to communicate to the soul more so than even like the mind or the identity of the mind.
And your music also is a anti-war theme that runs through your music. Why is that so important today? I mean, we know why it's so important today, but was that intentional that you guys bring that style of music out?
Definitely. I'm sure I speak for Dan too. I'm inspired by Peter Tosh and the Wailers, all of them, Bob Marley, Bunny Wailer, and they had a strong message of consciousness and anti-war. It basically is more of a consciousness. So because we don't mean to diminish the right of legit resistance, like Sitting Bull
or even
Zapata.
even the works of the brave men and women who serve and put their lives on the line that way.
Malcolm X, Aaron Bushnell,
Yes.
All the greats.
Pancho Villa.
Yeah, all the greats. And what role do you guys think reggae plays in healing and awakening the communities?
Oh, well, I mean, I feel like reggae has a different kind of groove to it. So no matter what version of reggae, in my opinion, it's all music you can dance to. It's all music that you can feel a connection to in some way. Even the most hardcore, like, black death metal listener will listen to Bob and feel the vibes. That's how I see it. So like what I do, our music, I mean, as far as Dub Souljah goes, it's a little bit more edgy sometimes and we're a little more in your face, but you can dance to everything that we play. So whether you like it or not, you're going to get the message. But it's very palatable in the way that Safaa says, where the music has to be representable so the youths and the children can get the message and understand, but we still want to, put our message out in a kind of a heavy way, I think.
Wow. And Safaa, how in a world full of chaos, how do you hold space for joy through reggae?
That's a beautiful question. Let me take my time with that. Reggae, man. Reggae is life. It's a heartbeat music. So it has the African roots in it. We all come from Africa originally. So I feel like reggae is something that could unite the whole world, and it can bring together. It's not just about herb smoke, although that is a sacred thing
Right.
in reggae culture, but just that the family vibe too. Respect for the elders, respect for the children, respect for oneself, one's creator.
Thank you.
Say that question again.
So the question is, in a world full of chaos, how do you hold space for joy through reggae?
Yes,
Well, thank Jah for Peter Tosh, Lucky Dubé, so many beautiful artists who lift us up, and they had to go through some crazy stuff too, and hang tough, and so we get a lot of our inspiration from seeing the ones who have come before us, like I said, Malcolm X and these sorts of people.
Right on. We're gonna listen to one of your songs, Dub Souljah. And after you're gonna tell me a little bit about that song, what the message is behind it.
See.
Them a blood clot. Walk out, stop work for the boycott. Not spending, big shops them. Put the pressure and give no option. Spin and break when we come with intention. Tight lip when we ask them a question. No report, no the news never mention. opening session. When I go supporting policies, because them only hurting you and we. Resist for the general strike. Walk out for the general strike. Shut down for the general strike. Yeah.
You know, that song is so relevant to today. You know, so many youth are rising. So many people, so many youth are looking for answers and motivation, and empowering, and that your music brings that stuff out in the youth to become leaders.
Thanks.
What was the intention behind that song? And I think it's correct me if I'm wrong, but I think at the end of the song there's a clip where they're talking about huelga, and they're telling them, don't say that word.
Yes.
Don't say that word. You say it one more time, you're going to jail.
Yes.
Tell me about that song.
So as I was saying before, my family is definitely very much rooted in the United Farm Workers Union and working in the fields particularly, and just a lot of the stories my mom told me about back in the day and the fight that Cesar Chavez brought. And she talks about the guerrilla warfares that was happening between the Teamsters and the UFW for who was going to represent who and these kind of things. So a lot of that was really what fueled my thoughts about this, but also a particular incident actually. So I live in Hollister, and they renamed one of the streets there Avenida Cesar Chavez, and we got to go to the ceremony where they renamed the street. And Chavez's grandkids were there, so they spoke about their grandfather, and we got to march from one end of the long street to the other end, holding up the UFW flags, and everybody saying, si se puede, and chanting huelgas and all that stuff. And it just moved me so much. It made me feel so empowered to kind of just come up with the idea for this song. And in a day, I wrote this song, and I didn't change a thing. And here we go.
Wow, such a powerful story. I mean, and I love at the end how you included that little clip, huelga, and it's Dolores Huerta.
Oh yeah, so it's
huelga.
From the Cesar Chavez movie. So there's a scene there where basically there's three cops, and they're at an orchard, and people are working, and Dolores Huerta comes out and says, "Okay, well, we're not allowed to say huelga. I'm going to say it anyway. See what happens." And the police say, "You can't say that." She gets arrested, and the other campesinos see that she got arrested on purpose for saying it. So then everybody says it, and the three cops are outnumbered, and that's symbolic, and it tells you that we are many.
Wow.
And the system is few, and if we organize together, they can't arrest all of us at the same time. There's not enough jail cells to hold all of us.
Yeah, and you know what? Much respect to Dolores Huerta, 96 years old,
Yes.
still doing the work out there.
Yes.
I've had the opportunity to meet her over 4 times in the last couple months. I just did a hunger strike, so I was able to see her and talk to her,
Yeah.
and she's an inspiration to many of us.
Yeah.
But we're gonna take a quick break. You're listening to KSQD Santa Cruz, KSQT Prundale. You're on From the Streets with Omar Diegues. That's right. You're listening to From the Streets with your host, Omar Dieguez, KSQD Santa Cruz, KSQT Prunedale, K Squiggers. Please be careful out there in that horrible rain right now. It's coming down hard. Mother Earth is sending a message to us to be careful out there on those slippery roads. Tell me about that song we just heard right now. It says Rise Up. I mean, such a powerful message, so relevant to today. Tell me about that song.
That song is written, it's called Bushnell Rhythm. It's inspired by an ancestry song, a wonderful Santa Cruz reggae band. They have a song called Give Thanks and Praise. And so the bass line is kind of like that. The song is dedicated to Aaron Bushnell, rest in peace. He sacrificed himself to get the word out about Palestine, about how important Palestine is and for all of humanity. And he self-immolated, and his last words were "Free Palestine" as he was transforming.
Yeah.
So that when I saw that on Instagram, they've tried to bury that too, even though he's an American hero in my eyes just as much as any other of the military that have. He was I think Air Force. Only 25 years old. And so just wanted to write a song to honor him because they were not talking much about him in the media. And
through your music, I hear a lot of the history and struggles that this world has seen. And one of the things that I've seen going on today is that they're trying to erase our history. They're trying to silence our people.
They're trying to erase Palestine right now.
And how
just
does
like
that,
the red man here.
How does that make you guys feel as artists? And is that an inspiration for your music? If you guys could both answer that question.
Sure. It definitely is. It's a good kind of. It's not anger, like a hatred, but there is a bit of frustration of like, growing up in USA, there's a sense that it's a little bit not spiritually well. It's not a system that is for our spiritual upliftment. Matter of fact, it's trying to control us and keep us a little lower than that. So through music, that is definitely an inspiration to have us rise up. Yeah. How about you, Dan?
I've always known that history is kind of laundered through the curriculums and history books and things of schools. I've always known that, or at least the words and the ways that they speak about things like slavery and colonialism. They speak about it in a way that downplays its actual violent nature, and what happened in history. So I do think that's the thing, and the way that we're seeing things right now, the rhetoric from some of U.S. government and a lot of the Western world's governments, a lot of it very much is trying to launder or wash, I guess, the words, the Weasley words they use to try and downplay some of what's going on. Yeah, for sure.
Wow. Thank you guys for doing what you do, for inspiring our youth and through the music, through the movement. It's so important, especially today, that we do something to awaken that spirit, that warrior spirit in our youth, to stand up and to rise up and to make change for a better tomorrow, and thank you for you guys for doing that.
Thank you.
I have a question for you, Dub. What do you hope people feel or when they walk away from one of your shows? What's your final message? If actually both of you answer that, what do you want people to take away from your shows when they come to see you guys?
My hope is that you get a positive influence and frequencies from our music, and my hope is that you go home and you really think about your particular impact on the world and how you are reacting to what is happening to us in the world, and how you can better serve your community and fight for what's right for the people.
Beautiful answer.
Love that, man. Similar, same. Like, to get in touch with the true identity, which is the consciousness, and so we can discover that we are life. Even if they kill the body, they can't kill the spirit.
Wow,
that's what I want.
That's super powerful. Yes. And how about give me one message for the kids out there. We're gonna take a break, but before we take that break, what's one message to our youth that are listening right now?
That's a beautiful question, man. Hang in there. It's getting better all the time. A lot of ancestors have sacrificed so we can be right here. And so right now it's just about to break through. Just hang in there.
Listen to the elders and channel the spirit of your elders.
Wow. Well, I'm going to bring our other guest in, but thank you guys for being here. Thank you for sharing the knowledge, for sharing your music. It's going to be a great show. I know a lot of people are going to come out and check you out. Please support these guys. These guys are artists that are inspiring, that are planting seeds in our youth. Please come out and support them on January 24th at the Vets Hall in Santa Cruz. Show starts at 12. It's open to all ages, and we're going to take a quick break. We're going to leave you with African Roots from the Baytals.
Thank you, brother.
Astronomical observatories catch waves, irregular waves that might have been sent from outer space.
Some signals are hard to explain. This one comes from Santa Cruz, KSQD, K-Squid, 90.7 FM, community radio for Earth and beyond.
Abrimos con mente positiva, hablamos nuestro destino, disfruta la vida. El FOMO no existe, no te pierdes nada. Valora tu alma, la mía si la miras es muy cara. No le compro Gucci ni Prada, los atuendos de la cultura. A veces mantas y oretes de la hermana. Apoyamos a nuestra gente, a lo mejor corro por presidente. Miguel Kultura presente, andamos en el ambiente. Soy un poco corriente, pero eso es suficiente. Volamos por el barrio cuando está caliente. Mira, yo soy muy independiente. Brillo como Dios, soy indio inocente. Soy águila a la serpiente. En la gira con carros bajitos que sientan, con placas que representan el estilo chicano que ostentan.
That's right, Estilo Chicano. Right there, you heard it from Miguel Kultura. Wow, that's a powerful song right there. You're listening to KSQD Santa Cruz, KSQT Prundale. K-Squiggers, please be careful out there in those slippery roads. Mother Earth is crying right now and she's pouring. So please be careful on those roads. And today we're talking about Resistance Entertainment, who is putting on an event coming up on January 24th, 2026. And it's going to be at the Veterans Memorial Building. This event, they will be featuring many artists, the neighborhood kids, the indigenous cats. You heard Miguel Kultura, Shinelight. We just had also... I'm sorry. We had
Dub Souljah,
and
Safaa from the Baytal,
and Safaa from, and many other artists are going to be there. There's going to be vendors also.
Yep.
There's going to be some danzantes.
Yep.
And it's going to be open to the public. It's going to it's a good event. The proceeds are going to be going to the Center for Farm Worker Families. A good organization that does a lot of work for our farm workers. Let's not forget our farm workers, the people that put that food on our table so that we can all eat, that are out there being under attack right now with this ICE sweeps, with this deportations. You know, let's serve justice and take care of the people that take care of us so that we can all eat. So we just did a transition. We have in the studio Shinelight and Miguel Kultura. Please introduce yourselves. Tell me who you are and where you're from.
What's up, y'all? Appreciate y'all having us out here today. I'm Shinelight, born and raised Watsonville. And, man, I'm just grateful to be here. You know, done a lot of work in the community with the youth and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I'm just grateful for all my relatives I'm surrounded by, for the opportunity to be here on K-Squid Radio and with the homie Miguel Kultura right here, right next to me as well.
Yeah, yo, what up, man? My name is Miguel Kultura. Come from San Jose, California, but I represent my tribe, the Tepehuanos, from northern Mexico. You know, so you know, practicing everything and you know, talking about the farm workers, and you know, the situation is all over. You know, the Anahuac, you know, all over, you know, America, you know what I'm saying? So even back home, there's a lot of struggle with the farm workers, and you know, my lineage just comes from farm workers, and you know, they're fighting for higher wages and higher, you know, being able to sell their units at a higher rate, you know, because they put in the work and they get, you know what I'm saying, they get less rates for them. So that's a situation that they've been having up there, as you know, what we see up here of, you know, the ICE and things like that, right? So
the injustices.
Right.
The falta de dignidad para nuestros trabajadores en los files.
Right.
You know, I stand with you on all that. Miguel, it says your last name, Kultura. Is that your show name or is that really your last name?
Yeah, it's kind of it's my show name, it's my artist name, but it was given to me in a vision by my ancestors. So it's something that I had to take. It's a responsibility. But it's not my actual last name, but it's my artist name, and it's cool. I take that with me. It's kind of a big responsibility, and it was a blessing that was given to me in a time of darkness, I guess, you know what I'm saying, of revelation. So yeah, man, that's my artist name.
So what does cultura mean to you?
Cultura means, well, it's a lot of different meanings, right? But and we can go on into a big conversation on this, but you know, essentially the way I can describe it is a family, you know what I'm saying? What we create, everything, this right here is considered cultura. We're creating cultura in real time, so any moment, anything that's here now is cultura, you know what I'm saying? So if we want to go in deeper, I can talk about specifically our cultura, but there's many culturas, right? So you know, so just that's the general, cool, I guess, kind of like meaning, right?
And speaking about cultura, how important is it that we show our cultura to our youth to empower them?
It's thank you for asking me that. I think it's very important. It's needed. It's a need that I feel like a lot of folks need to understand or sometimes forget. It's like I said, going back, it's a responsibility, because sometimes you can't just, as a youth, even me, myself reflecting, people would just kind of tell me, boom, 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 but it's better to show it and just to show your presence and just to, instead of explaining it, or, you know what I'm saying? So it's very important, because our history will not get lost. You know, we can preserve our history, our culture, our teachings, and lead the youth on a path where, you know, we're not abiding by the system, or we fall into this kind of like systematic, like injustices and just kind of the school to prison pipeline and all that, you know what I'm saying? So it's important I take that as a responsibility of like showing what I am, who I am and what I do, and let that be an example instead of kind of like drilling it into a youth's head, because sometimes they don't want to hear that. You just got to show it. You know what I'm saying?
Live by example. I love it and love it all,
Right,
you know.
right.
And how do you blend your indigenous roots, your Chicanismo, your Chicano, and West Coast hip hop without losing authenticity?
Okay. The best way, it's just doing the inner work, man. I've done a lot of inner work and done a lot of practice a lot with my, with medicines and temescales, and I think that's also been helping me show who I am, what as a person, and be grounded without compromising, anything or what the industry expects from you, but taking all these influences from what I've gotten, as a youth to now. I love the West Coast. I love the Mexican sounds. I love boleros. I love hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I love my Chicanismo, but we're all the same. We're all at the end of the day indigenous. We all come from sangre indígena. So that's the general theme and the message.
Beautiful answer. And also, you're not only an artist, but you're also an activist.
Right.
And how do music and organizing intersect for you? How do you make it happen? How do you make it work for you?
How do I make it work? Man, I think it's just the drive, and I think the passion that I have for my people, and like for people like myself, and that I think I recognize that I also have some sort of privilege here. You know what I'm saying? Being firstborn Mexican American, so I take that to heart, and being able to recognize my sense of privilege compared to other people, even though there's still a gap with other people here as well. Like I lack certain privileges, but knowing that, I kind of take that and combine these elements because of what I've seen, you know what I'm saying, and what I felt, my family has gone through. So it's like I have an opportunity to do so. When I do, I go all in. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just balancing it and learning how to navigate that, because sometimes activism can take a toll a lot. You know what I'm saying? And you don't get paid for the work, and you know what I'm saying? So
you can get burnt out really easy.
Yeah. So,
tell me about it, man. I know what you're speaking about, and that's the beauty about activism. You don't do it for the money. You do it because you care.
Right.
Because you want to help others. We don't do it because we want to get recognized. We do it because we want to get help our people, help the next person get ahead,
Right.
I want to take a little quick session right here and listen to one of your other songs, and then we're going to come back and you can tell me about it.
Okay, cool.
Me miré en el fuego hoy. No tengo preocupaciones hoy. Soy cultura, no me olvido. Mi lineaje me cuida. Manifiesto lo que pido. Los 4 direcciones unidos. Relajamos, conservamos, elevamos, conectamos, manejamos al espíritu. Trabajamos, pensamos, hablamos, deseamos para que nos encontremos. Rolamos, prendemos un gallito de la U. Entramos, logramos, bendito el universo. Energías negativas se sueltan, como un teléfono se cuelgan. Estas son historias para que se acuerdan. Soy cultura, curandero para que sepan. Suavecito, suavecito, amorcito con besitos. No confundas. Es un poposh comido mojito. Humo en el cielo, problemas sin hielo. Libre como un huizilinho, vuelo, 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 vuelo. Humo en el cielo, problemas sin hielo. Libre como un huizilinho, vuelo, 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 vuelo. Humo en el cielo.
Libre como un huizilín. Tell me about huizilín and what huizilín means.
Huizilín, man, it's translation is a colibri. Another translation is a hummingbird, and it's an honor of like being free like a hummingbird, but also talking about Huitzilopochtli, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, the hummingbird warrior, our hummingbird warrior in the Mexica culture, you know, el zurdo, you know what I'm saying? Or guerrero, you know what I'm saying? So
was also a god, I think.
Yes, a certain one of the first. You know, a lot of people like to compare him, not compare him, but it's like if we talk about Catholicism, it's like he's like El Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Like he's born from, you know, our mother, you know what I'm saying? Born from the mother and taking on that responsibility to start la cultura, to start our people, you know what I'm saying, in a way, you know what I'm saying, and guide our people, protect his mother and protect us, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, just kind of talking about being free, and I think that song I was created after sitting with sacred medicine, peyote medicine, and you know, staring at the fire and really kind of like looking in within and like, yo, I'm free. Like, I'm free.
Right on, man. I really like the, you know, your style of music, the message behind it, how you live up to your name, you know, Miguel Kultura, bringing that cultura to the music and stuff. I wanna preview another song right here, one of Shinelight's songs. We're gonna listen to it and then we're gonna jump into some questions with you.
All right.
Out is through. Yo, let me just jump right into this. Hey, check. Yo. I be dreaming while I'm speaking, give you something to believe in. The connection starts to deepen as you comprehend the reason. Just stay calm and keep on breathing. You're the tower in the beacon. Golden hearts gon' keep on beating. You will never be defeated. God gave me the lesson, but the devil brought the test. He better come correct because I'm out here hunting for his head. Yeah, I say it with my chest. Will not stop until I'm dead. Hold the branch up on my table. Promise I will break that bread. Yo, these verses are my sacrament. Some people call it sacrilege. Been running with the savages, dealing with imbalances. Praying to a candle on my mantle full of chalices. Acquired from my battles as I dismantle these palaces. Many of them were my own, forced to destroy my home. Offered up my flesh, the vultures ate it to the bone. I'm the lion in the lion's den, surrounded by some shady men. They hide a silver tongue and talking code behind a crazy grin. Turn nothing to something, you cannot keep running. Open your heart up and let all the love in. Seek out the kingdom and crawl out the dungeon. Do not stay stuck in those outdated functions. Break from those cycles, you must interrupt them. Find a solution, you cannot keep up.
Shinelight, that's a song called Abundance by Shinelight. He's here in the studio with us, along with Miguel Kultura. Tell me about that song. Powerful message behind that song, powerful beat. I love it. Tell me about that song. How did that song come about?
Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, you know, I came across that beat, and the beat just really resonated with me. And it's hard to say how songs come out, but sometimes a certain sound will pull out the lyrics, you know, and which is the lyrics are coming from a feeling from within and things that I'm going through in my life. And the song kind of tells me, you know, the music, the vibrations tell me how it's going to come out. And so this one was like, you know, a prayer. You know, a lot of my songs are prayers for me, you know, and that song, you know, I got a verse that's, you know, these verses are my sacrament. Some people call it sacrilege. And it's the way that I find resolve with myself. It's the way that I communicate with Creator. It's the way that I ask for forgiveness. It's the way that I put in my work. So, you know, that's kind of the theme of that song right there, overcoming trials, tribulations, and I try to come as vulnerable as I can with it, and that beat just pulled it out, you know, so it's beyond me, you know. Shout out to Creator for helping guide me to that one.
Always shout out to Creator.
That beat is smacking, though.
Hey, appreciate you.
And you know, you evolved from well-written to Shinelight. What sparked that transformation?
Yeah, you know, so my original name was Will Written. Like, I wrote my will, you know, how someone writes their will before they die. And that was kind of the origin of Will Written. Will Written. Wrote my will. I was ready to go all in. I was ready to put it all on the paper, leave nothing behind, go all out, you know, vulnerable as I can, heart on the table. And, you know, one thing just led to another. And I recently made a big push putting out music again. and out of a studio out of San Jose. Shout out to Upswell Studios, where I'm recording out of. And after a while, people just started calling me Will, and kind of missing the whole message of like will written, and I kind of missing the whole theme, which was cool too. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
But it's just it was time to put that one to rest, and Shinelight just kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, I don't want to say out of nowhere. There was like some steps that got to it, but it was really all like within a day span that this thing kind of birthed out. And the way I had written it originally, and the way you'll see it often, is instead of I's, I'll have the number ones in there. So there'll be like the 1-1, the numerological 11 up in the Shinelight, and that's powerful to me. That's an angel number, and also the name Shinelight. It's kind of like a play on words, because I come out and I try to do a lot of shadow work. So people hear Shinelight, they think I'm going to be coming out skipping, dropping flowers on the ground, and then I start talking about some heavy stuff. That's one of my lighter songs, but the intention with my music is a lot of shadow work. Talking about things that I'm going through on a deep level and trying to pull out that subconscious to the surface.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful. And your music is raw and spiritual. How do you balance vulnerability with strength?
Man, that's a good question. I actually used to say that transparency is your shield. Being transparent, being honest, trying to strive to be true. Which is, it's not easy to do. We all do our best. Trying to be true and honest is like an art in itself. It's like a spiritual skill. It's like a sword that has to be refined. So as far as like spirituality and strength, was vulnerability and strength, they're hand in hand. My vulnerability is my strength is my vulnerability, and it's the way I heal. It's I'm grateful for the music. If I wouldn't be doing music if it wasn't healing me, and also I wouldn't be doing music if I didn't think that music was a good vehicle or vessel to get the message across as well. There's so many ways and so many messages that are embedded in Miguel Kultura's music, Safaa from the Baytals, Dub Souljah, my music that we feel in our hearts, we live it. But there's something about music that can kind of help you get the message across, like make it more palatable, more digestible. So for me, that's why I really stayed with music. It helped heal me. But at the end of the day, it's about the message. It's about the movement. And the music allows us to kind of like facilitate that message.
And you talk about healing, and how does is your music considered hip hop? Is that what you consider it, or is there a different name for your kind of style of music? Because it's got like a mellow. It's not aggressive. It's like real mellow, really strong message. Lo-fi. How do you use music as a tool to heal instead of destruction?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. And that's a really good question. Like people have asked me that before. They're like, "What do you call your style?" And I'm like, I don't know. This is just lyrical alchemy. I'm just using words to alchemize. And I do have some songs that are more boom bappy, more hip hop, but I think at my heart, I'm a writer. I love to write, and I feel like I really try to focus on that in my music, and it comes out like they're writers. I'm a writer's writer. I like to write, and so you'll hear that in the music. I'm really, and you'll see this in my everyday conversations too. I try to be pretty thorough to make sure that I'm expressing myself correctly. Because God knows, man, I'll be freaking stepping on my own feet, tripping over stuff, and coming off the wrong way and miscommunicating. So the music's a good way for me to step back, look at what I wrote, and be like, hold on, that's not fully expressing myself, and I want to make sure I do it right. So
wow. I want to play a little clip of another song that you shared with me, and then I'm going to ask you about that song and what the message is behind that song.
Cool. It's getting warmed up out here. Change of the seasons. Here we go.
Will the Lord forgive me if I choose the wrong religion? Please forgive me when I medicate without prescription. Use me as a vessel, let every word be encrypted. Hit me with the download to free me from all these glitches. Predictions of the future like an episode of Simpsons. Wish that they were sick like me but can't handle the symptoms. Watch me bang my head against the wall just for a rhythm. I'm devoted to the one, I got a full subscription. Everybody loves to talk but few know how to listen. Pray that when you wake that you can manifest your wish. vicious. Want a revolution, then you got to wash the dishes. Mi casa es tu casa, but you might end up evicted. Keep your table clean, focus on your street. Only play for keeps, practice what I speak. I'm not here to preach, say exactly what I mean. I ain't trying to be mean. Broken bones and surgeries, broken homes and murder scenes. Psychotropic optics help me trust the process. I just live it lawless, nonetheless I keep it honest. Something like a superhero comic with the flavor that is flawless. Come around just like a super comet. I don't even.
Wow, powerful. Tell me about that song. Tell me what's the message behind that song? How did that song come about? You know, what were you feeling at that moment when you came up with this song?
Yeah, you know, this song is called Look at It Closely. And if you guys are familiar with any like Foo's Gone Wild or like superfood stuff, you know, like being a crazy fool, Look at It Closely is like iconic like saying.
It's like a meme, right?
It's like a meme type of thing in the food community. And this song right here was, you know, me having fun. This was me having fun, you know, like kind of like talking my mess, you know, barring out a bit, but still like trying to stay true to like that honesty and that expression in a sense. So, you know, this one I sent over to you guys. It's a cool beat. The beat brought it out. You know, when I heard this beat, it just kind of like made me feel like I was cruising, just chilling, posted up, smoking, just vibing, easy going. There's kind of like that guitar, like little, you know, plucking on the strings in the background. So again, you know, the beats really often will tell me where the song's gonna go and how the message is gonna come out from me. But yeah, Look at It Closely. That's the name of this one, LAIC. And this one was me just talking my mess, a little egotistical, but still like trying to keep it egotistically sacred. is that a thing?
Nah, yeah, that's right.
I really appreciate you guys being here today. You know, I'm
Thank
really
you.
excited about the show that's coming up. The show, let me again go over the show. Please support this show. It's put on by Resistance Entertainment. We're gonna have the neighborhood kids, the indigenous cats. You heard Dub Souljah here, the Baytals. We had the homie, what's his name? Safaa, and there's going to be a lot of other artists there that are going to be there. There's going to be indigenous danzantes. There's going to be part of the proceeds are going to the Center for Farm Worker Families. Support them. Support this. Please come out and support these beautiful artists that are inspiring our youth, that are planting that seed. They're making a difference in our community. Please come out and support this event that's going on January 24th, 2026 at the Veterans Memorial Building, 846 Front Street, Santa Cruz. Doors open at 12 p.m. One last question I want to ask you guys. The streets are listening right now. What message do you want to leave them? You got 1 minute to answer each.
Want me to go first?
Yeah.
You know, we're all in this together. We're all relatives. We're all cousins. We're all brothers. We're all sisters. We're all uncles. We're all aunties. And, you know, we're all part of this great big tapestry. We're all individual pieces of the fabric that make this big tapestry. And, you know, the time for change is here. It's been here. But there hasn't been a time like now. And, you know, we got to do the best we can and put all our differences aside to really unite, you know. And, you know, you come to this show, you're going to see a lot of people who aren't just artists, musicians. They're living this life. And we're all waiting with our table open. Everyone's welcome to the table to sit down, break bread. Let's put our differences aside, guys, and we got the power.
Right on.
Yeah, for the streets, man, I think I often speak to the streets a lot. And I just want to say there's always a way out. If you're finding a solution, if you're looking for a solution, there's always a solution. And I think this is a space that you can find answers and be with people that are that you can you know, vibrate at a higher frequency and feel loved at the end of the day, you know, because there's a lot going on in the world as well as that affects us all. And I just kind of want to lead with that. Just there's love yourself.
Right on. I appreciate you guys a lot. I appreciate the community work you guys are doing, inspiring our youth. Very important work that you guys are doing through the music, through the community service you guys do. And I want to send a shout out to Santa Cruz Barrios Unidos organization that's been doing the work for over 50 years. Yeah. Nane, if you're listening, shout outs to you. Shout outs to the Watsonville Broad Berets. And I'm going to leave you with this last song right here from the Neighborhood Kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Gee.
Yo, put your fist up, cause there's power to the people. No more power to the evil, no more cowards in the ego. We gon' stand up, yeah, build up a community. Help what we can, cause we standing up in unity. World's in our hand, and it's only up to you and me. Yeah, it's only up to you and me. Save the world from the people trying to make a quick dollar. Probably sell the last breath and the last drop of water. Why is there so many people oppressed and people depressed and people upset? We need to reset, where is the button? I see our country dropping bombs at all our taxes funding. Human rights ain't no political discussion. All we have is only what we came with. Not the cash, not the clothes, not the land that you claiming. Never let Mother Earth be forsaken. People need to understand that this world is worth saving. Look around.